on the 12-5 Springville Red Devils, another top 5 matchup for Wasatch High School baseball. This makes 4 straight games against the top 5. And as a matter of fact, if you go Salem Hills, who actually fell out of the top 5 against Wasatch, they were ranked number 5 when Wasatch played them. It would actually be 6 straight games against the top 5. It's been a powerful, potent lineup here in Region 7 for Wasatch to try to go up against. And they've gone toe-to-toe with those guys every step of the way. In fact, over the last 4 games, if you go back to Springville, both Spanish Fork games, and the last Orem game, Wasatch has held the lead in the 5th inning or later in all of those games, but they have not been able to close the door. They ended up losing 3 out of 4 of those games and have just struggled to close this down. But their 4-14 record is definitely a lie if you're just box score looking as far as the talent on this team. It's a team that has been right there with the best in the state. They do find themselves in the top 24 of the RPI rankings, which is critical. That puts them into the state tournament right now, but they need to probably put a couple more wins on the board to feel safe getting into the state tournament, and it will not be easy here today as they get ready to take on Springville. It's going to be a pitcher's duel in this, a dream for those that love defense and pitching. On the mound for Wasatch will be junior Bridger Shaw, coming off his best pitching performance of his high school career. He got a 1-0 win against Spanish Fork last Friday, an absolute gem from Bridger. He went 7 innings, a complete game, struck out 5 hitters, scattered 5 hits throughout those 7 innings, and helped Wasatch get a thrilling 1-0 win over Spanish Fork. And on the other side for Springville will be Arizona State commit Easton Barrett. Easton Barrett is coming off Tommy John surgery last year as a junior, but he is a next-level arm, a projectable, draftable player that will be going on the mound today against Wasatch. Barrett, a lefty, will throw in the low 90s with his fastball. He has a slider that is one of the best that you will see in the state, and he can mix up multiple other off-speed pitches in here. It's going to be hard for Wasatch to find runs, so they're going to have to play a perfect game as far as a defensive game, not giving away walks, not giving away errors if they want to be able to get the win here. And, in fact, we're going to call that our Dorius Dental keys to this one is Wasatch needs to go perfect as far as not giving freebies through errors and walks. Those are your Dorius Dental keys to the game. Doctors Dorius and Proctor take pride in making your mouth smile. For more information, visit DoriusDental.com. You are listening to the Dairy King pregame show as well. The Dairy King winners of Best in State Awards, 18 years. We encourage you to stop on by and try some of their award-winning shakes. Some of our personal favorites are, of course, their classic Oreo milkshakes, but they've got some spectacular ones like your Elvis shake milkshake, where they've got graham crackers mixed with bananas and vanilla ice cream. Some fantastic combinations there. Stop on by and check it out there at the Dairy King. Wasatch and Springville getting set to get underway. The last game here on Monday between these two was a good one. Wasatch ended up falling 6-4 to Springville High School. We'll see how the Wasps bounce back here today as they get set and ready to take on the Red Devils. This has been the Dairy King pregame show. We're going to step away for a quick break as we get ready for the national anthem, and then we'll have your first pitch coming up between Wasatch and Springville. Wasatch the visitors today, and they will be hitting first. Back with the starting lineup after this.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best foods with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 19 years. They've recently been named the official Best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or you can try a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Attention all sideliners. Economists and investors have said recently, if you are saving money and waiting to buy, I'd reconsider even at current interest rates. Reports have shown that the masses move or not move based on the behavior of interest rates. This is sidelining in our current environment. With most people using this information as their playbook, it leaves everyone doing the same thing at the same time, resulting in a basic but serious future crisis of supply and demand. So, come see me at Guild Mortgage, and let's put you in the game.
Tombstone MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Timberline Ace Hardware, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years, is conveniently located at 737 South Main Street in the heart of Heber City.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasp Sports.
Napa know-how.
Hi, this is Kendall Crittenden, Wasatch County Council member and a member of the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know that kids are at a greater risk of experimenting with alcohol and drugs between the hours of 3 and 6 p.m.? Many parents are still at work this time of day. Check in with your kids. Find out where your kids will be, who they'll be with, and what they will be doing. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
It's time for Wasatch High School baseball. Wasatch getting ready to take on the Springville Red Devils. And although Wasatch last played against Springville on Monday, Wasatch was not Springville's last matchup. Springville had to play a rain-out makeup yesterday against Maple Mountain, and it was a tight one, a 2-1 loss for the Red Devils against number 2 Maple Mountain. And Springville was not able to get the win there. They fell to 12-5 on the season, and you know they'll want to be coming back, trying to bounce back off of that loss. You are listening to the Dairy King pregame show, and why don't we go through our Gordon Law Group starting lineup today for your Wasatch Wasps and get you started with the batting order, as Wasatch, as the visitors, will be hitting first. Leading off for the Wasps, hitting in the leadoff spot, playing shortstop, is senior Carter Bucad. Bucad hitting over 300 on the season. We'll be trying to get things started for Wasatch. Blake Sweat, who will be playing left field today, will be hitting in the 2-hole. Sweat also hitting over 300 on the year, as is Riker Evans, your 3-hitter, who will be pitching today for Wasatch on the mound. Hitting in the 4th spot here for Wasatch will be Crew Baxter. Baxter will be DHing for Wasatch here today. And Grant Mahoney will round out the top 5, as Mahoney will be playing second base, and Mahoney hitting over 400 on the season to lead the way for Wasatch. Hitting in the 6th hole will be freshman Braxton Fowler, playing third base for the Wasps today. And Colton Bassett, who's been hot lately, raised his batting average over 100 points over the last couple games for Wasatch. He's hitting just below 300 on the year. He'll be playing right field for the Wasps today. And senior Zach Burdett will be hitting in the 8-hole, playing center field, hitting about 250 on the season. Garrett Christensen will round out the 9 for Wasatch, hitting in the 9 spot. He'll be catching today. And Bridger Shaw, looking at the lineup, you're going to have to excuse me here on this, and I beg your pardon. Bridger Shaw is starting on the mound. Riker Evans on the lineup is also put in there as the pitcher. He will be playing first base, is my best guess. Looking at this, is Bridger will be DH'd for and is starting today for Wasatch. So Evans, will not be on the mound. Despite what the roster said, Riker will be over at first base here today. And that is your starting 9 for Wasatch High School baseball as we get ready to get going here against Springville. They will be facing flamethrower Easton Barrett on the mound for Springville. Let's get to know the Red Devils a little bit more, and let's start there on the mound with Easton Barrett. Barrett, a senior, Arizona State commit here for Springville, and he can really fill up the zone. Has 27 strikeouts on the year and only 11.1 innings pitched. And you might ask yourself, why only pitch 11.1 innings? Well, he's coming off of Tommy John surgery and couldn't throw until just a few weeks ago, but he is averaging 2.5 strikeouts per inning out of the 3 outs, 2.5 2.5 strikeouts per inning. He's faced 49 batters on the year. He struck out 27 of them. Where he has struggled, he has not been perfect. He has walked 13 batters on the season in 11.1 innings pitched. So Wasatch may have some success if they can just be a little picky. You know, with that arm, they won't want him to go 7 innings. So for a key to the game here for Wasatch, they may be able to find some success just by being selective up there at the plate here against Barrett. But it's going to be a tough matchup here today for Wasatch. And if you like good competitive baseball, this is the place you want to be today. A couple excellent pitchers on the mound. Barrett with an ERA of 1.24. Bridger Shaw, after his complete game jam against Spanish Fork, brought his ER down to 4.5 on the season. And here we go. We're about ready to get underway. Carter Bucad steps into the box to lead this one off here for Wasatch. He'll be hitting from the right side of the plate here today, going up against the lefty in Barrett. Barrett sets, starts his windup, and Bucad's going to take his check swing on the first pitch, a little outside fastball, and that ball finds its way into the dugout for a foul ball. Strike one to Carter Bucad. Back we go with good pace. Barrett into the windup. It's a breaking pitch. Bucad pounds it into the turf. It's a fair ball. No, umpire calls foul. Just missed. That one hit about an inch on the other side of the chalk as it bounced high over the third base line. So it'll be foul ball number 2 and strike 2 for Carter Bucad. And now Barrett is up 0-2 on Bucad. Barrett went fastball and then curveball here to Bucad. See where he wants to go on pitch number 3. It's a heater. Carter is all over that. Fouls that one straight back. Barrett tried to sneak by the 90-plus mile-per-hour fastball there. Wasn't able to get it by Carter here yet on this one. So back we go, 0-2. Barrett gets set, and we're ready to get back underway. There's your pitch. Bucad does have it in play. It's a ground ball up the middle, and that ball has eyes. It is knocked down by the second baseman, but no chance at getting that ball over to first base, and it's going to be a leadoff single to Carter Bucad, an 0-2 count. And Bucad covered just about every part of the field there, Ty, on that at-bat. Fouled one over the first base side, fouled it over to the third base side, fouled one straight back, and then had a single back up the middle. And Wasatch has things going with the leadoff man on.
I think that's all you can ask today, Tyler, with Barrett on the mound, is just put the ball in play and see what happens. Bucad doing a great job. I'm out of breath, Ty.
Yeah, let me get you caught up here for a second, Tyler. Sweat's going to square and try to lay down a bunt and misses, so that'll be strike 1. And Ty, what we've talked about here, Barrett getting the start here for the Red Devils. Faced 49 batters on the season. He struck out 27 of them, averages 2.5 strikeouts per inning. They're going to let Sweat swing it away here on the 0-1 pitch. It's a fastball that he fouls straight back, so Barrett again is up 0-2. It's been 6 pitches for Barrett and 6 strikes for Barrett, Ty. So we talked, according to the box scores, he's struggled throwing strikes, 13 walks over 11 innings, but all strikes here to get the game going.
And just a sneaky something, Ty, to look at in that at-bat. You know, you're not going to get many opportunities against Barrett, and you've got to be able to execute. And so if you're asked to lay down the bunt, you need to lay down the bunt. Unfortunately, you can't lay it down. That ends up resulting in a strikeout.
Yeah, Ty, and it's a little tougher. I'm going to make an excuse here if I can for a minute. You're right, you need to execute, but it's just a little tougher with the velocity and movement that Barrett's able to create. It's just you don't simulate that kind of pitching very often in practice, and so it's just going to take a little extra focus and discipline. Going to have a pickoff move over to first base here on this. If you're just joining us, we're in the top of the first inning. Carter Bucad singled to lead it off for Wasatch. Blake Sweat just went down on a strikeout, so 1 on, 1 out. And the top of the first is brought to you by Bank of Utah.
Big swing here from Riker Evans. Misses on the off-speed. Evans came into the series hitting .311 with 3 doubles, a home run, and 8 RBIs. Was 1 for 4 in Game 1. On deck is Baxter. Another pickoff move. Doesn't throw it over on this one. Just steps off the mound and will reset. Ty, thanks for taking the Dairy King pregame show. It's testing week at Wasatch High School, and you know they put a lot of emphasis on that test, and it'd be nice if the program worked.
I'm glad you made it, Ty. It didn't have any traffic that stopped you to get down here.
The traffic was terrible, and this test, the program was a little bit sketchy today. Trying to get these kids testing done, and so I was a little bit late getting out of the high school. And let's just say I'm going to disagree with Siri on her suggested pathway to Springville High School.
Well, you made it, Ty, and you didn't miss much here. We're in the top of the first, and now you just sit back and enjoy some good baseball here. Evans down 0-2 after the breaking pitch is called for a strike.
It's a beautiful day down here at Springville High School. It seems like usually when we come down here, it's a blustery day with some clouds, some rain. So a really nice day here at Springville High School. 1-2 the count. I think that's the first ball that Barrett has thrown.
It took 10 pitches, but Barrett finally threw a ball.
The 1-2 on the slide step. Elevates it for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes with Crew Baxter on deck. Title is listening to the pregame show. You mentioned that Wasatch has been in every single one of these last 5 games, going back to that Orem series, last 4 games. Just haven't been able to close it out. It's going to be tough to the against Barrett as that's another swing and a miss for strikeout number 2. Over the half of the guys that he's faced have resulted in strikeouts on the season, and he's got 2 strikeouts already today.
Yeah, Ty, when you consider he'd faced 49 batters coming into this, but 13 of those were walks, so only 36 official batters, and he struck out 27 of them. That's pretty good. And now make it 52 batters faced, and he's got 29 strikeouts now on the year. He just continues to roll through that.
Mahoney on deck, Baxter in the box on the left-hand side. Lefty versus lefty matchup. Pickoff move, and once again not in time to be caught over at first base. Springville coming off a tough 2-1 loss. This is going to be swung on. It's going to be a single that's going to get through the 5-6 hole the opposite way. 2 singles in the inning for Wasatch, and Wasatch has runners in scoring position with Grant Mahoney coming up to the box.
Ty, don't you just love the way that Crew Baxter has played? He was not a starter in the lineup to begin the season, and he got his opportunity a few games into the year down at St. George, went 3 for 3, and you just haven't been able to keep him out of the lineup, and it's almost as if he doesn't know any better. Tyler, you got a sophomore here without a ton of varsity experience going up against a Big 12 commit. And first pitch he sees, he just drives it over to left field. A nice, easy swing. Has Wasatch with a little something going now with 2 outs in the first.
3 for 4 on game 1 was Graham Mahoney, now hitting over 500 on the year, over 400 on the year. Leads the team with 12 RBIs and has an RBI opportunity here. Takes ball 1 above the belt. 1-0 the count to the junior. 5 doubles, 12 RBIs, and an over 400 batting average coming into today's game. The freshman Braxton Fowler on deck. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. 0-0 the score here in the Bank of Utah, top of the first. Barrett, 1 look, late kick, delivers. That one gets the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Correct me, Ty, have they moved in the fence here at Springville High?
Yeah, they did. I talked to Ryan, the coach of Springville, before this game, Ty. It used to be 410 to center. They brought it in. It's now 475. They're 315 down the line to the corner, about 355 to left center and right center. And Ty, I have to tell you, I think it's about the perfect size for a high school field. It's not just a gimme pop-up home run, but it does bring the home run and play a little bit more. He said his big fella, Junior Luyaki over there at first, who's got 20 home runs on his career on the big field, said, well, why didn't we move this in sooner, right? I have a few more home runs. Ty, I'm not sure that's true. It seems like most of the home runs he hits are going to be out, whether it's on a 400-foot fence or on a 375-foot fence.
2-2 the count after a foul ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runners on first and second here in the top of the first. Couple of shakes here from Barrett. And now he'll come set, working out of the stretch. Good lead from Bucad with the shortstop standing on second base. The 2-2 goes with the off speed. It's a high hopper to first base. Luwaki does field it cleanly, steps on the bag, and Wasatch is retired. No runs on 2 hits, no errors. 2 are left on base. It's 0-0 as we go into the bottom of the first inning.
Attention painters and homeowners. Premium Kelly Moore paint is now available at your neighborhood Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. That's right, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the official authorized Kelly Moore Paints outlet. You can now get premium Kelly Moore paints at your Heber Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. You'll love their high quality, long-lasting finishes for any home paint project. So if you're painting a single room, refreshing your front door, or doing a full repaint of your home, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the place to go for fine Kelly Moore paints. Stop by today.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
I'm Walker Kessler, and I play basketball for a living. So I know how important it is to have the support of a team you can trust. That's why I love UCCU. UCCU is more than a credit union. They're a true financial partner, a local team of experts your entire family can trust at every step of your financial journey. Just visit uccu.com and elevate your banking experience.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the first inning, 0-0 after Wasatch gets 2 hits in the top of the first, but can't turn it into any runs. This bottom of the first brought to you by A Good Spa Day, your favorite hometown place to relax and unwind. They offer massage, skin care, nail care, and unique relaxing spa packages. Pick A Good Spa Day to be your spa. Starting on the mound for Wasatch will be junior Bridger Shaw. Shaw coming off a 1-0 victory against Spanish Fork, his best outing of the year on the mound. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits surrendered, 5 strikeouts. And Ty, what he did best is he filled up the zone. He was over 70% strike rate in that game. Had 1 walk. It came very late in the game. He just kept filling up the zone over and over and over again. And I think that's where you're going to find success today.
Yeah, and that was really the difference in Game 1 of this series, Ty, when Wasatch put the leadoff guy on the 3rd through the 7th inning, and those were the innings that Springville scored in. They didn't score in the 1st and 2nd inning, but through the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th inning, leadoff guy gets on, and they were able to score in each of those innings. And in talking to Coach Jacobson, he just pinpointed that one thing. He just really felt like they had a pretty good chance if they hadn't put that leadoff guy on.
That's kind of been the story of the year, though, hasn't it, Ty, with the free passes? Wasatch, I noted in the pregame show, last 4 games they've been leading late in the game. In the 5th inning, they've held the lead in all 4, and they've gotten into trouble with those free passes in every single one of those games.
Bridger Shaw is going to go out of the windup, misses high to R.J. Briggs, the shortstop, who will lead it off today for the Red Devils. Coming into the series, Briggs, who's playing shortstop today, 327 batting average with 9 RBIs, was 1 for 4 in Game 1 with an RBI. 2-0 the count as that one misses high as well. That one in there for a strike. 2-1 the count as we go around the diamond. Riker Evans at first base, Grant Mahoney at second, Carter Bucott at short, the freshman Braxton Fowler at third base. The 2-1 tries to go off speed, misses high. 3-1 now the count. Left fielder, Blake Sweat. Center fielder, Zach Burdett. And Colton Bassett getting his second straight start in right field. 3-1 the count. Wasatch wearing their all-gray pin uniforms. 3-1 pitch is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Bucad charges it, throws it across the diamond to Evans. In time for the 6-3 putout. 1 away.
Yeah, hits it to his counterpart over there. 1 shortstop to the other, Ty. Bucad came out. He didn't look as confident rallying towards that ball, did he? It's on this grass and on the dirt. Carter just hasn't had to play too much on that. And Ty, the last time he was on the dirt, he took a wicked hop that hit him right up in the chest. Good to see him keep his nose down in that one, though. Ty coming at it on the approach.
He's going to bring up the pitcher, Easton Barrett. Ball 1, 357 coming into the series, was 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Hitting on the left-hand side, the 1-0. Misses. 2-0 now the count. Kind of a funny atmosphere here, Ty, and really a great story. They're building a new school on Springville's campus. And so you have the football field that's been replaced. Everything looks like it's being replaced except for this field.
Yeah, and there's a little more to that story, isn't it? Because the coach a few years ago had the money fundraised to turf this whole field, and from his mouth he told us the school district didn't let him because then they'd have to turf all the other fields. And so they told him not to. And so Ty, he ended up not getting his turf, and now they're turfing everything else out there.
4 straight balls for Barrett as he'll get the walk. Let's see if they're going to go ahead and let him run as the pitcher. It's going to bring up Luwake. Playing first base today, played third base and pitched in Game 1. Comes in hitting over 400, was 1 for 2, but reached base 3 times thanks to a hit by pitch and a walk. Shaw working out of the stretch for the first time. Slide step delivery. That one swung on and roped foul for strike one. Double play depth up the middle. Braxton Faller's going to take a little bit of a step back. I don't blame him with Luwake up with him playing third base.
Yeah, but Braxton was the glove of the game on Monday at second base, Ty. Robbed a couple hits from some players.
Another swung on and another foul ball down the third base side. No balls, 2 strikes. You know, one of the rolls of the eyes rules that a lot of umpires do not enforce is if you go for a foul ball in play, you have to wear a helmet. And it's like kind of you roll your eyes. I don't know if you roll your eyes with Luwake.
Not on this one, Ty. Yeah, it's his exit velocity, another foul ball there. Fowler covered that one. His exit velocity, Tyler, has been about 110 is his max velocity that they've measured as far as the data that I can find. I'm not down here with Springville all the time, but he's been to enough recruiting profile events, Tyler, as a Oregon commit that they've got that data that you can find, and about 110 miles per hour exit velocity. I frankly can't remember another player that we've watched in high school baseball that has hit the ball that hard. And we've seen some good ones, Tyler. The fastest one that comes to mind that we watched that was an All-American down at Yavapai is Noah Turley at Wasatch. His highest one we saw was 106 exit velocity, Ty. So Junior here up with the best of them as far as how hard he can hit it.
0-2, slide step delivery just below the knees. Can't get the strike 3 call. Probably the right call from the umpire, but a pretty good spot there from Bridger Shaw.
Yeah, it's a great spot. 0-2, you're going to see if you can get him to chase a little bit, maybe pound one into the ground, and close enough. You may get some help from the umpire, but Ty, I think you're right. That started low, and umpire had a pretty good eye on it.
Runner's going to go, and another foul ball. Keeps the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Springville coming off a tough 2-1 loss yesterday to Maple Mountain in a matchup between number 2 and number 3 in the state. Got on the RPI tie, and man, it's amazing. We're right around the corner. 3A and 4A are already frozen. Ty, you can't. They're that close to revealing the playoffs. Wasatch still a couple of weeks away from that.
Yeah, 2 weeks from tomorrow, Ty, is when the regular season is scheduled to end, and so they'll be shutting that down next week with the RPI. And then all the coaches will be running their own calculations, won't they, trying to figure out what it all means. It's chaos last year with Wasatch trying to sneak in there, Tyler, in one of the last spots, figuring out whether they should add games or not. It was the Wild West last year.
1-2. Can't get the fastball, but it's going to get away from Christensen. Christensen just misplayed it, trying to keep that mid into the zone. It gets away from him, and the runner will advance to second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Luwake back into the box now with a runner in scoring position. That was, along with getting that leadoff guy on, Springville was able to advance on the base pass on Wasatch in that game 1. Numerous stolen bases, balls in the dirt, such that Springville had guys in scoring position. It seemed every inning of that ball game. Shaw comes set with a 2-2 count. Lay kick, delivers, goes back to the off speed, gets him to elevate this one to shallow center field. Tough play here in that Bermuda triangle. Mahoney's able to come back, makes the grab, and Wasatch has 2 away on the pop out.
It's a good sequence there from Bridger, Tyler. He was able to keep Junior pretty well off balance. A couple rollover ground balls to start. Low pitch, he tried to get him to chase after. And there he's able to hit another good spot and elicit a pop-up. Gets one of the toughest bats out, Ty. Guy hitting over 450 on the season.
It's going to bring up the left fielder. Played first base in game 1, Ashton Tate. Hitting about 240 on the year. Was 0 for 3 with a walk in game 1. Does have a double and 2 home runs on the year, hitting on the left-hand side. Wasatch trying to get out of a bind. Wasatch had a runner on second base in the top half of the inning, not able to score. And another similar situation here for Springville in the bottom half of the first. Ball 1 to Tate. Shaw comes set, takes a look at Barrett at second base. Good lead from Barrett. Now gets a better secondary. The pitch is delivered. This one's elevated, and it's going to land just behind us for strike 1. Funny announcement from the loudspeaker is
sure.
again that's $10.
New.
That's $10 over there, and they just said don't go get it. You might get squished by one.
It's
of
a
the
liability
big
thing.
equipment.
I'd still go get it.
It's worth the $10. Off-speed pitch is going to be elevated to center field, pushes Burdett back, and Burdett will make the grab, and Wasatch gets out of the bottom of the first. No runs on no hits, no errors. One is left on base, and it's 0-0 as we go into the second.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robarge Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robarge Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. Celebrating 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dump and equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and service, we've got you covered. Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the second brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. Also, one of our loyal listeners, Ty, he shared a great video or picture from that Orem Marathon game of 12 innings that he had it there on his big screen for the patients to come in, watch a little baseball, get some work done, and recover from those injuries while you watch some great baseball.
They could pretty much almost recover from a full ACL injury during that game, couldn't they, Ty? Injure it, get surgery, rehab. That was a doozy of a game, 12 innings. But you found out, Ty, that wasn't the longest game for Wasatch in Wasatch history.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Scholl down in St. George. I believe he said in 2009, Wasatch took on Bear River. And that game ended at 22-21, lasted 5 hours. It was before they put time limits on those St. George games. It was by the old Sun Bowl time. Remember that little field that was right there? That's where they played it. And Ty, this is how long that game was. I was actually down there on a vacation. I wasn't coaching yet. And I went to the start to say hi to Coach Scholl. I was just off my mission, said hi. Went and watched my sister's softball game. Came back and was able to still watch about 2 hours of that game. So it was incredible how long that game went. Wasatch did get the victory. Remember Brock Carlson, and he was one of the ones that got drafted last year on our all-time team, hit one about 395 into the Sun Bowl in extra innings to help give Wasatch that victory.
Yeah, Brock, one of the better shortstop that's ever played at Wasatch, Ty, a 4-year starter. It's a rarity at any school. Can't say there's been a lot of 4-year starters at Wasatch. In fact, off the top of your head, can you name 5 of them, Ty? Looking at one that might be a 4-year starter here for Wasatch right now at the plate.
Braxton at the plate, fouls that one off. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Fowler. It's going to be Fowler, Bassett, and then Burdett to start it off here in the top half of the second. 2-2 the count. The pitch out of the windup from Barrett goes with the off-speed. Fools Fowler. Check swing. Did he get him to go? The umpire's saying no. They're going to check first base. And he agrees. So 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Ty, that slider
it's nasty.
Can take ankles away, can it? That was one of those that, I mean, you got to watch that. That'll break in and hit you on your back foot.
Goes right back to it. Fowler was looking fastball. Gets the swing and a miss. That'll be strikeout number 3 for Barrett on the day. And that'll bring up Colton Bassett with Zach Burdett on deck. Bassett had the game-winning RBI against Spanish Fork in that 1-0 victory in a pinch hit situation. And then the game against Springville in game 1 got hit by pitch and then had 2 singles to left field, so 2 for 2. And that jumped his average up big time with the limited opportunities. Gets rewarded with another start today in right field. 1 out. Nobody on base. Barrett back working out of the windup. Got to say, I love the Springville uniforms, Ty. Kind of a St. Louis Cardinals look out there. You know, the Cardinals have
it does
the bat
look just like the Cardinals,
with the
doesn't
Cardinal
it? All the way
resting on
through.
it. It's a devil's.
I think you're just
fork?
trying to
Is that
get
what it
credit
is?
back here from Springville's coach, Ty, who's giving you a hard time for talking about their red uniforms.
I like this look. Swing and a miss for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Barrett just rears back and throws the fastball there. Got to assume Barrett still want a pitch count, Ty, so you're wondering how long Briggs will go with Barrett here in the game today after throwing on Monday. Misses high for ball 1. 2-1 the count.
And it is an important thing, Tyler. I would assume, Barrett has played his fair share of baseball. I think he knows what he should and shouldn't be doing, Ty, but the coach's job is to protect these players from themselves sometimes, right? And so coach probably has to make a tough decision. I imagine they won't ride with him too long here, Tyler. And Wasatch did a good job in that first inning to get the pitch count up by getting a couple hits on the board. This will be pitch number 30 for Easton already in the game with only 1 out in the second inning.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. 4 strikeouts now for Barrett. Stat of the day brought to you by the Gordon Law Group. When the last time Wasatch faced Barrett when he was on the mound as a starter, out of the 21 outs, 18 of them resulted in a K in the book. And yet Wasatch got the victory against Barrett that day.
The Crew Erickson took that victory, the W, and put it right on his back and brought it home. And from what I understand, Tyler, after talking with Crew, he and Easton know each other a little bit. They're friends from what I understand. As Crew played with some of these kids down in Utah County before he was playing up at Wasatch. And so that was a little bit sweet for Crew Erickson to get the bunt single, still second, still third, and still home. And still a 1-0 victory over a pitcher who struck out 18 out of the 21 outs in that game.
Burdett's going to try to lay down a bunt with 2 outs. Goes foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Was Jackson Bolander on the mound for Wasatch that day, Ty? That's about as good as he gets when it comes to a pitching matchup in the state of Utah.
Honestly, Ty, it's probably what created the bias in me. I was devastated last year when I couldn't watch Barrett pitch because he was so much fun to watch in that game. But I think part of it was just the duel between Bolander and Barrett, watching those guys go back and forth and back and forth. And it's just the best game I've had the opportunity to watch as far as pitchers go in high school baseball. Bolander, to remind our listeners, Ty, he threw a perfect game up in college last year up in Oregon. These guys know what they're doing.
2-2 the count now to Zach Burdett with Garrett Christensen on deck. Burdett back in the right-hander's batter's box. Nobody on base. 0-0 the score. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Barrett, the windup, delivers. And it's going to be swung on, a ground ball to the shortstop. Eats him up, but what a play from Briggs. Throws it across the diamond, but it gets away from Luwaki. Briggs got caught in that tweener hop, somehow was able to get his glove on it, but the throw goes wide, and Wasatch able to produce a base runner with 2 outs.
Ty, that's really good hands from Briggs. That ball took a nasty hop right up towards the face and the teeth, and maybe out of necessity to protect himself, he was able to snatch that out of the air. But you're right, those high hops, you just teach your infielders, you've got to go on the high hop. You have got to go in on the attack. You've got to assume you're coming over to get it, Ty. Create a short hop that you can go get. Briggs just got caught in between, Ty. It wasn't a normal hop out of the box. And he didn't make a great read on it, sat back, and it ate him up, and Burdett gets a single.
Going to bring up Garrett Christensen. Did not get the start in game 1 of this series. He'll take strike 1 on a pitch well below the knees. No balls, 1 strike here to Christensen. The 0-1, a swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes now to Christensen. See if Burdett goes in motion at all. Pretty good moves from Barrett on the mound. High leg kick, delivers. That one outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Been impressed with the Llamas behind the dish for Springville throughout this series. It's managing the game well, kept some tough pitches in front of him in that game against Wasatch on Monday.
Ty, he receives it so smoothly, doesn't he, back there behind the dish? And just something you like to watch with the catchers is just watch the way they set up their glove pre-pitch. And if you watch DeLamas here, he'll give Barrett the target, and then there's a little half C, a quarter curl that they do, and just kind of move that glove down. And they'll curl it down and curl it back up, and just makes it a little more smooth as they receive it from the pitcher. He does a nice job with that back there.
Slider in the dirt, swung on and missed for strike 3. So 3 Ks in the inning. Wasatch does produce 1 base runner on 1 error, and that runner is left on base. It's 0-0 as we go into the bottom of the second.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy here in Heber. Explore the art of barbering, basic aesthetic, cosmetology, master aesthetic, and nail technician programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career with Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring, and if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best foods with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 19 years. They've recently been named the official Best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or you can try a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the second inning brought to you by Gravity Coalition, who offers the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in Heber Valley. They've got personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. You've been getting into the longboarding.
I like
Gravity
the longboarding.
Coalition, right, Ty?
I'll tell you what I need, Ty, is every day I pump up my kids' tires, and every day I pump up my kids' tires on their bikes. Like, they don't stay pumped up. Like, I need some personalized service from Gravity Coalition to figure out why my bikes, the air doesn't stay in them.
Ty, they can help you out with that. You take that in there, but you've got so many kids, probably lost count at this point. Don't know how many bikes you can take in.
That's
it's going to
true.
take you a month to get all those things out there.
Maybe it is a different bike every day, and I just have lost count. Swung on and elevated to right field. Colton Bassett's going to settle underneath it and make the grab. That was kind of an interesting at-bat there to the second baseman, Tingy. First pitch was behind him, but got a piece of the bat for a foul ball, so it was an 0-1 count. Elevates that one for the first out of the inning. Going to bring up DeLamas, the catcher, and then Braxton Hughes, the third baseman, on deck.
It's good out, though, for Wasatch on Tingy, Ty. He's one of the leaders in average here for Springville. He's played in all 17 games for the Red Devils, hitting .356 on the year. So you'll take outs whatever way you can get them.
DeLamas comes in with a .262 batting average. He's going to swing at the 0-1. It's just going to go off the end of the bat to Shaw. Shaw fields it cleanly, throws it to first base for the out, and Wasatch has two away.
Yeah, this would be great, just what the doctor ordered for Wasatch and Bridger Shaw, Ty. Bridger kind of got off to a little bit of a wobbly start as far as throwing strikes. Didn't give up any runs in the first inning, Ty. But he did throw quite a few pitches. Had 10 balls there in that first inning, but he's been able to rally back and get two quick outs here in the second.
Strike one here to the third baseman, Hughes. Hughes came into the series. Did not start in game one. He's going to swing at the 0-1 pitch. A lot of foul territory over there. The freshman Faller goes over, makes the grab. And Wasatch answers a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. It's still 0-0. And Bridger Shaw still pitching well as we go into the top of the third.
Attention all sideliners. Economists and investors have said recently, if you are saving money and waiting to buy, I'd reconsider even at current interest rates. Reports have shown that the masses move or not move based on the behavior of interest rates. This is sidelining in our current environment. With most people using this information as their playbook, it leaves everyone doing the same thing at the same time, resulting in a basic but serious future crisis of supply and demand. So, come see me at Guild Mortgage, and let's put you in the game.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Our locally owned Ace stores are committed to helping our neighbors and our communities. And because we're in the neighborhood, we can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Steel, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in-store, curbside, or we'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know how to help. See acehardware.com for details.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Top of the third brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop. Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Fit Stop has good news. Give them a call at 435-654-5607 for a free fall risk assessment. Let's see how we can improve your balance and regain your freedom. Top of the order for Wasatch, Bucad, Sweat, Evans. Bucad singled up the middle on an infield single in his first at bat, and he'll come up to the box. Today he comes in hitting, came into the series hitting .298. Has 2 hits now in the series. Takes ball 1-0 the count. Ty, the big news yesterday, Reggie Bush getting his Heisman back. Is it time? If Bush gets his Heisman, is it time to maybe say, Rose, you know what? Go ahead and join the Hall of Fame, you know?
Going to let Pete Rose back in, huh? Well, what about Porter on the Raptors, who also just got tossed out for life for gambling? You can give both of them a spot back?
I don't think Porter has a spot in the Hall of Fame like Pete Rose does.
When you got over 4,000 hits, you
think that's a little bit
you can accept a little shady behavior. Is that what you're saying?
1-1 the count. Swung on. Elevated foul. Is that going to be another $10 into the construction zone? No, it stays in play.
Someone went and got that other ball. I told you, Ty. I bet those Springville coaches are saying, you know, that's $10, fellas. Someone get over there and get that.
Watch for cars. Look both ways. Need your mom to hold your hand as you go into there. Please do so.
Ty, I'm not sure Reggie Bush and the Heisman was the big news yesterday. Did you see the Delta Center with the NHL team coming into Utah yesterday? They had to turn fans away. There's a good pitch to strike out Bucad.
6 strikeout now as he goes off speed and freezes Bucad for the first strikeout of the inning. 1 away. 6
strikeouts out of 7 outs. That's pretty good here for Barrett, Ty. But I do want to give you a number that's Gordon Law Group's stat number of the day so far. Barrett coming into this game gave up 1 hit on the season. Wasatch already with 3 hits in the first 2 innings. They've done a good job getting after him, Ty. Barrett's up to 45 pitches now after ball 1 there to start to sweat. And Wasatch should be able to chase him in the middle part of this game.
The 1-0. Now in there for a strike. 1-1 the count.
He may have 15 strikeouts by that point, but they should be able to chase him by that point in the game.
1-1 the count. Back into the windup, the pitch. Swung on. This one's elevated to left center field. Left fielder was playing shallow, but it hangs up in the air, and Tate will make the play. 2 away. You know, I'll tell you, this is a guy, and it's tough, but Blake's a pretty good fastball pitcher. If he can get a fastball, he's got good power to the gaps. Maybe Blake gets an extra base hit. It looked like he just missed that one. He's going to bring up Evans, who struck out in his first at-bat. You were saying the Delta Center yesterday with the hockey team coming into town.
Yeah, Ty, they had over 20,000 people that wanted to come in and cheer on the new hockey team. They were introducing the hockey team there in Salt Lake. Still don't have a name, and so we're just going to call it the hockey team here, Tyler.
Do you like that it's a fan vote? They're going to do a bracket and you get a vote?
No, I'm not sure you can trust fans to make a good decision there with that, Tyler.
No balls, 1 strike. That one misses high. 1-1 the count.
I mean, sure. I mean, ideally you get a name the fans like. They're going to buy a lot more merchandise. I mean, it makes sense, Ty. But if you come in with the Utah Cutthroat Trout, Tyler, I think that's not a great hockey name, and that was one of the options up there.
1-2 the count after a foul ball. Wasatch has been able to produce a base runner in each of the first 2 innings. No runs to show for it. 2 away here. Barrett still in the windup. Delivers the 0-2. Swung on. It's going to be a high hopper to the third baseman. Fields it clean. Throws it across the diamond in time. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Springville. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's still 0-0 as we move into the bottom of the third.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasp Sports.
Napa know-how.
Hi, this is Kendall Crittenden, Wasatch County Council member and a member of the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know that kids are at a greater risk of experimenting with alcohol and drugs between the hours of 3 and 6 p.m.? Many parents are still at work this time of day. Check in with your kids. Find out where your kids will be, who they'll be with, and what they will be doing. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition.
Attention painters and homeowners. Premium Kelly Moore paint is now available at your neighborhood Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. That's right, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the official authorized Kelly Moore Paints outlet. You can now get premium Kelly Moore paints at your Heber Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. You'll love their high quality, long-lasting finishes for any home paint project. So if you're painting a single room, refreshing your front door, or doing a full repaint of your home, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the place to go for fine Kelly Moore paints. Stop by today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the third inning brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. Your rehabilitation, swallowing my words over here, Tyler. Specialists, they're dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. And it sounds like you can catch all the Wasatch action when you go in there, too. Tyler has the broadcast up there on the TV. Appreciate Dan Ivey and his support, Tyler. He's great to provide opportunities for these kids at Wasatch.
Yeah, I was throwing out T-shirts yesterday at the boys lacrosse game. Big win for the boys lacrosse team coming off a tough loss. A 1-goal loss to Maple Mountain. Came out and really dominated Spanish Fork yesterday. Get back above 500. 2-1, now 2-2 after a couple of swings and misses. This is Brigham Ovard, the right fielder. Easton Van Sickle, the number 9 hitter, and then back up to the top of the order. Ovard hadn't had a hit going into the games on Monday. No, there's another swing and a miss.
He made us eat our words, didn't he, Tyler? Looking at it, saying, we don't know if this guy can produce because he didn't have any stats. But, Ty, he didn't look bad in the box on Monday. He looked like a guy that just maybe had limited opportunities. But that's how you want to handle a guy who you don't know much about. Tyler Bridger challenged him, went up there and just threw it over the plate and said, come and get it. He's able to produce an out.
He's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Van Sickle. Van Sickle, the center fielder today. Only 167 coming into the series, but had a nice double and an RBI down the left field side. Also was hit by pitch and walked.
Ty, we're getting some responses on the cutthroat trout.
Yeah. You're offending some
people want the cutthroat trout. Look, cutthroat is acceptable. Cutthroat trout's a little too much, Ty. You know, that's the Utah cutthroat trout. That's just too much to say. You got to go cutthroat or nothing.
2-1 the count. What's your first merchandise you're going to buy? You're going to get a nice Utah hockey team hat? You're going to go with the sweater? You're going to get a sweater?
I like a good hoodie, Tyler. It's cold all the time around in Utah, but I like those.
The sweaters, right? Isn't that
sweater,
what
a hat's good, but Ty, those I would like a hockey stick, to be honest with you. Get you a good hockey stick.
That one's going to be ball 4. So that's the second walk of the game for Bridger Shaw. Puts the number 9 hitter on base and brings back up to the top of the order to R.J. Briggs. He grounded out of the shortstop in his last at bat.
Bridger's going to need to make a pitch here, Tyler, because that's a moment where this game could be lost. Is you got 8-9 coming up, Tyler, and you want to get those first 2 outs because you're going back to the top of the lineup where you've got Briggs, Barrett, and Luyaki. Briggs on his last at-bat actually dropped down below 300, Tyler. He came into the first game against Wasatch at 327, but it's been a tough week for him. He's down to 298 right now. See if Bukad can maybe get a ground ball out of him and get out of this inning because you don't want to have multiple runners on with Barrett and Junior coming up. Ty, combined 8 home runs on the season between those two.
Nice pickoff move here from Shaw. They've picked off the base runner. Barbara Bukad makes the throw back to Evans. Evans puts the tag down, and the walk results in a pickoff, and Wasatch has 2 away.
Well, that's one way to do it if you're Bridger, Tyler, kind of amending his mistake right there. Good pickoff move, catches them, and gets the out. clear the bases now with 2 outs in the top of the lineup coming up.
There is action happening in the bullpen for Springville. See, I think you got to go with the sweater tie, because then when you have an ugly sweater contest, you can follow Justin Kelly's example and just wear a hockey jersey instead of having to buy an ugly sweater.
That hockey jersey he has is fantastic, Tyler. The Griswold hockey jersey from Christmas Vacation.
Briggs will pop this one up into foul territory. Riker Evans goes over, makes the grab, and it's the second 1-2-3 inning in a row, and the score still sits at 0-0 after 3 innings.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
I'm Walker Kessler, and I play basketball for a living. So I know how important it is to have the support of a team you can trust. That's why I love UCCU. UCCU is more than a credit union. They're a true financial partner, a local team of experts your entire family can trust at every step of your financial journey. Just visit uccu.com and elevate your banking experience.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy here in Heber. Explore the art of barbering, basic aesthetic, cosmetology, master aesthetic, and nail technician programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career with Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the fourth, brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bike, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. It'll be Baxter, Mahoney, Fowler to lead it off here in the top of the fourth. 0-0 still the score. Misses. Ball one.
52 pitches on the day here for Barrett, Tyler. 36 strikes, 16 balls.
Swing and a miss, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pretty impressive stat line for him. Out of the 9 outs he's produced, 6 have been strikeouts, Tyler. Bumps him up to 33 strikeouts on the year.
Baxter did have an RBI double and scored in game 1. Another swing and a miss, moves the count to 1-2. So you don't like Cutthroat.
14 innings pitched, 33 strikeouts, Ty. That's a pretty good ratio. Cutthroat, it's not that I don't like Cutthroat, Tyler.
You like Cutthroat Trout.
Yeah, Cutthroat Trout is just too much.
This one's going to be fisted to the second baseman. Second baseman fields it. Nice play by the second baseman. Gets Baxter out at first base for 1 away.
That is a good play by the second baseman, Tyler. And you're seeing with Barrett, hard to get a good barrel on him, Tyler. So what you need to be successful are infielders that can come in and make plays on the move. You've seen the third baseman, shortstop, and second baseman all have to come in on balls, Tyler, and crash and make tough plays on the run. And Wasatch has gotten a couple infield singles in this game, just because they've had slow rollers that have found the right spot. But you need a good infield to back up a good pitcher like this.
It's going to bring up Mahoney. 3 for 5 in the series. Swings at the first pitch for strike 1.
Do you think Cutthroat, that's where you want to land?
I like Cutthroat a little bit.
Utah Cutthroat? The Salt Lake Cutthroat?
Utah. It hasn't Ryan Miller said it's going to be Utah. I think Ryan Miller's come out and said it's Utah something. I kind of like the Blizzard idea.
Ryan Smith.
Ryan Smith. The double Z's idea, right? That's kind of a Utah tradition.
You know what name I like, Tyler? And I'm biased because I like Gravity Coalition. I like the snowboards and the ski. Saw the Utah Shredders. I liked that a lot. I think that would be a good name too.
1 ball, 2 strikes here to Mahoney after another swing and a miss. Goes with the fastball. That one's fouled off. Keeps the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
In fact, I liked it enough that I started thinking a little greedy that the new high school they were building up in Heber Valley, the Deer Creek Shredders, that could be a good name over there with Deer Creek.
You got to educate me. Is that a snowboarding
It's
thing?
just it's a term for skiers. Okay. Yeah, that they shred, Tyler, a good skier.
1-2. That one misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You make it mean whatever you want. Shred some cheese, Ty, whatever you want to call it. But the nod is over there to the slopes.
Got it.
You got the Olympic, venues that are right up around Deer Creek, Soldier Hollow.
Sure.
Cross country, you don't really refer to as shredding, Ty, but I think you can get away with it if you want.
What do you refer to cross-country skiers? Just hard? Like
Miserable.
It's just hard?
Yeah.
Miserable?
Ty, I admire those that like doing it, because when I've done it, give me the chair that takes me to the top of the mountain, and then I'm going to go down the hill. Those cross-country skiers are doing all the hard work.
Payoff pitch is in there for strike 3. Pretty tough pitch there from Barrett, and that'll be a backwards K, number 7 for Barrett. 2 away here in the top of the 4th.
It's a good pitch, Tyler. That curveball is up towards the top of the zone. Hard one for Grant to want to get after, and it's starting looking higher. And it broke down a little bit, and umpire feels like it cuts over the top of the zone.
Fowler's going to swing, foul this one back to the backstop for strike 1.
And one of the best credits you can give to umpires, Tyler, is just when you don't think much about them during a game, right? That's a well-umpired game when you're just not thinking about different calls or different situations. And at this point, we're into the 4th inning, and there's really not one time where you've thought about the umpires and bad calls. And so when that happens, you give the nod to the umpire and say, yeah, I probably trust the umpire on that call, Ty. He's been very consistent and on top of things over this point of the game.
No balls, 2 strikes. Braxton will foul this one off again. Keeps the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Wasatch has been able to produce 3 base runners in the first 3 innings against Barrett. No runs to show for it. So up to this point, Springville only with 1 base runner on the game today. No balls, 2 strikes here with Fowler with Bassett on deck. Barrett's going to shake a couple of times. Shakes again. Shakes again. Fowler says, can I have another timeout? They're not going to award it. Barrett into the windup, delivers. That one misses low and inside for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Back into the windup is Barrett. The pitch swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 3. 2 Ks in the inning on the 1-2-3 inning for the Red Devils, and it keeps the score as 0-0 as we move into the bottom of the 4th.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robards Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robards Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. Celebrating 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dump and equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and service, we've got you covered. Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Bottom of the 4th inning here at Springville High School, a 0-0 tie right now. It's been a pitcher's duel. Easton Barrett for the Red Devils on the mound with 8 strikeouts, steps into the box right now, trying to help himself out. Bridger Shaw on the day has gone 3 innings without giving up a hit, Tyler. Doing a nice job. 10 innings for Bridger that have been straight scoreless. And only giving up 5 hits over those 10 innings. He's been really good for Wasatch over the last couple weeks. This 4th inning action tie brought to you by Heber Appliance, Furniture, and Mattress. When you're down to your final out and your fridge goes out, turn your drop the ball into a touch them all at Heber Appliance. Increase your at-home satisfaction with Heber Appliance Furniture and Mattress.
Easton Barrett will lead it off, then Luwake and Tate, 2-3-4 up for Springville. Barrett walked on 4 straight pitches in his first at-bat. Takes his first strike there, 1-1 the count. Misses outside for ball 2, 2-1 the count. Utah Blades, how about that one, Ty? The Utah Blades work with the double Z. It's another one I've seen. Blizzard is another one I've seen. 2-1 the count, tries to go inside. That one actually gets him on the shin, foot, and Barrett reaches base for the second time today on a free pass. And the leadoff guy's on for Springville. Brings up Junior Luwaki, popped out to the second baseman in his first at bat. He'll step in on the right-hand side. Well over 400 on the year in the series. Now 1 for 3, but has reached base 2 more times on a hit by pitch and a walk.
.460 on the year, Ty. 5 doubles, 4 home runs now. Hit one out earlier this week to increase that home run average, or home run number, excuse me.
Runner's going to go on the first pitch. Big swing and a miss from Luwaki. The throw from Christensen, not in time at second base. Barrett's going to swipe the bag for a Gravity Coalition stolen base. 0-1 the count to Luwaki. So runner in scoring position, nobody out. This is where Springville thrived in game 1. Barrett a couple of jabs with the secondary. Now the off speed misses outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. NFL draft tonight. Ty, Caleb Williams, done deal. Are you sold? You were sold on Bryce Young too. That one's up in the air now.
What do you mean too? I'm not sold on Caleb Williams
You're
over
not
here
on-
at all,
you're not-
Ty.
you're not
No.
sold on Caleb Williams?
No, Caleb Williams, when he faced a top 20 team, only averaged about 140 yards per game. Didn't win many of those.
That one's going to get through the 5-6 hole. One run's going to come in, and the 0-0 tie has been broken. Springville takes the first lead after a hit by pitch, stolen base, and then a single. And Springville has the 1-0 lead.
Good baseball, Ty. Manufacturing a run. Springville was able to just work their way around on that. Takes a curveball that got away from Shaw. Barrett could have easily moved out of the way from that, Tyler, but he didn't. He let it just slip on the foot there just a little bit. Not a painful hit by pitch at all. Gets on first, steals second. Then you have a good barrel that drives in the run. Just simple baseball that Springville's producing here.
2 RBIs in the series now for Luwaki, and 2 runs scored as well for Barrett. Foul ball out of play for Tate, who comes up to the plate. Flew out to center field in his first at bat and is currently 0 for 4 in the series. Did walk in one of his at bats yesterday. Wasatch shaded to the right-hand side of the field with the lefty up. Pickoff move, not in time. Luwaki doesn't get down in the dirt, just scampers back. What quarterback would you take, Ty? You're the Bears. What would you do with that pick?
With that pick, I probably wouldn't have traded Justin Fields the way they
Justin
did,
Fields.
Ty. Or try to get more.
Strike
I
two.
liked the idea of maybe sending Fields to the Falcons. Heard there was interest there. And if you could have snuck in another top 10 pick, then try to go after someone like Harrison and get Penix. I'm a big fan of Penix, Tyler. I think anyone who can make Indiana competitive is going to be good. I could be eating my words very much on this. I'm just not as sold on Daniels from LSU because I remember watching him for several years at Arizona State, and Sun Devils were not good when he was down there, Ty. And I think if you're an NFL caliber quarterback, you need to help lift up your team.
The 0-2, it's elevated to right field. Bassett comes up, makes the play. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th.
So for me, you find a way to turn that number 1 pick into multiple top 10 picks, and you go get a guy like Marvin Harrison, who's probably the best receiver prospect that you've had in the last 20 years.
The problem is there wasn't that market for Fields. They only ended up getting a 5th-round pick.
Then I think you keep Fields, and you go get Harrison with that other pick, Ty. I just think they did not maximize having back-to-back number 1 picks. Didn't maximize that probably as well as they could have.
Bridger twitches a little bit, and that's going to be a balk, and so Luwaki will advance to second base. So runner in scoring position with 1 away brings up the second baseman, Tingy. He popped out to right field in his first at bat. On the series now is 1 for 3, has reached base 3 times, has an RBI and a run scored.
And Ty, Caleb Williams has talent, and so he may be able to produce in the NFL, but it's not like he was playing with scrubs on USC. I mean, that guy had talent all around him on that field, and when they went up against good teams like Utah, he just didn't produce as well as he did against some of the lower in the barrel teams. And I'm just not as sold as everyone is that he's a surefire, can't-miss prospect.
Tingy back into the box on the right-hand side. Luwaki, okay, lead at second base. The first pitch of the at-bat, a big swing and a miss from the second baseman for strike 1. Slight breeze starting to pick up, going from the left foul pole to the right foul pole. Kind of a crosswind. Bridger working out of the stretch. Good lead from Milwaukee. The pitch. And I think they called time before that pitch was delivered. So no balls, 1 strike, still the count.
You need to find a way to pitch out of this jam if you're Bridger Shaw. Springville is taking the 1-0 lead. Tingy at 356 is a dangerous hitter that can drive this run in. Behind him, Tyler, DeLamas at 229. And Hughes behind DeLamas at 200. So I think you pitch this one a little more careful if you're Bridger, and you just kind of play the money ball game and the numbers and see if one of those other guys that haven't been as consistent can produce and beat you.
Still a lot of action in the bullpen. Not sure how much longer Barrett's going to go, so you're going to get into the Springville bullpen. Keep this thing close. 1-1 the count. The pitch. Swung on. It's a weird ground ball to the first baseman. Evans fields it with the backhand, flips it to Shaw. Shaw makes the play. Milwaukee will advance to third base on the ground ball. Nice play there from Evans. 2 away now with the runner on third base.
That was a good play from Reichert, Tyler. You called it. A really weird spin, kind of a capper off the edge of the bat. Those can have a tendency to get away from you. And when it's a timing play with the pitcher coming off the mound trying to cover first base, that can be a lot tougher than those two made that look.
It's going to bring up the catcher, DeLamas, grounded out to the pitcher in his first at bat. He's going to swing at the first pitch. This one's elevated to deep left field. Sweat going back. He's not going to get that one back. DeLamas makes this a 3-run ball game on the 2-out, 2-run home run.
Well, DeLamas beats you on that one, Tyler. I said look at 229 coming up and see if he can beat you. He beat you there. That ball was a no-doubter off the bat. Smoked that thing. His first home run on the season. 10th home run on the year. 12th home run on the year here for Springville. And Ty, in this series so far, it has been those guys at the bottom of the lineup that have produced and given fits. We talked about Ovard, who didn't have a hit on Monday. He came up and produced. Van Sickle produces. Now DeLamas with the 2-run bomb. Make it 3-0. Springville leads.
3-0 the score. And here in the bottom of the fourth, it was 0-0. Shaw hadn't given up a hit yet in the game coming into this inning. Now a square bunt. He's going to just bunt it right back to the pitcher. Shaw fields it cleanly, throws it to first base, and that'll do it for the bottom half of the fourth. But Springville breaks the 0-0 tie. 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 3-0 going into the fifth.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best foods with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 19 years. They've recently been named the official Best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or you can try a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Attention all sideliners. Economists and investors have said recently, if you are saving money and waiting to buy, I'd reconsider even at current interest rates. Reports have shown that the masses move or not move based on the behavior of interest rates. This is sidelining in our current environment. With most people using this information as their playbook, it leaves everyone doing the same thing at the same time, resulting in a basic but serious future crisis of supply and demand. So, come see me at Guild Mortgage, and let's put you in the game.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Timberline Ace Hardware, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years, is conveniently located at 737 South Main Street in the heart of Heber City.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the fifth, brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop. Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? Physical at the Fit Stop has good news. Falls are preventable. Give them a call at 435-654-5607 for a free fall risk assessment. Let's see how you can improve your balance and regain your freedom. We also have our first pitching change, brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. Owners David and Kristen Wade invite you to swing by and say hello this season at Mirror Lake Station. It's going to be Hugh Red on the mound. Barrett will move to center field.
Ty, Red's been good this year. Only a sophomore. Played a little shortstop and third base in the first game on Monday. 23.2 innings pitched. Second on the team in innings pitched behind Tate. And he's got a 2.66 ERA. Ty, been very effective. 3-0 on the year. 6 appearances. And he struck out 22 hitters in those 23 innings pitched. It's been good here as only a sophomore.
Bassett, Burdett, Christensen, 7, 8, 9 up here in the top of the fifth. Stick around for our Guild Mortgage fifth inning stretch coming up after the top half of the inning. That one misses outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. First at bat, Bassett struck out swinging. That's actually the first time Bassett's been out in the series. Was 2 for 2 in game 1 with a hit by pitch. Now is currently tied 1-1 with nobody out to lead off here in the top of the fifth. That one misses outside. 2-1, now the count. Again, the score 3-0 thanks to an RBI single from Luwaki and then a 2-run home run from Delamas in the bottom half of the fourth. Shrugs, delivers. That one's the off speed. Bassett turned into it. Gets the inside corner, however, for strike 2. Ties up the count.
Ty, the way Colton was swinging on that first swing, he or even on the last ball, he was kind of flaring that lead leg open a little too early. Curveball he's very susceptible to right now.
And he gets him swinging on a pitch out of the zone to the outside. Strikeout number 2 for Bassett. 1 away.
Just and to just finish that thought a little more, Tyler, as a pitcher, when you see that, if the hitter's kind of bailing out with that front foot, getting a little pull heavy, it's just like taking candy from a baby. If you can hit a spot on the outside part of the plate, start it with the breaking pitch on the black and have it break away, that hitter's just not going to be able to see that pitch well, and you're going to get to put him out probably 90% of the time.
Misses outside for ball 1 here to Burdett. He reached on an infield single to the shortstop in his first at bat. Wasatch looking for their first base runner since the second inning. That was Burdett.
Ty, I just went through Red and how good he's been as a sophomore, 2.66 ERA, and it's not a fluke ERA, second on the teams in innings pitched at over 23. That last out actually makes it 24 now, so it's not like this is going to be an easy job for Wasatch, but got a little flare ball here that Zach's going to be out, but it does feel like when you chase Barrett out of the game, it feels like new breath, doesn't it, of, okay, now we've got an opportunity. We've got their stud out, and if we want to get this win, we're going to have to earn it against someone else here. And if you're Wasatch, you got to knock off Red, the sophomore here on the mound, but he's done a good job in relief so far.
Gets Burdett to pop out to the second baseman, brings up Christensen, also struck out swinging in his first at bat. Red working out of the stretch, and nice pitch in there for strike 1. Top of the order on deck is Carter Buchan. No balls, 1 strike. Christensen comes set, as does Red. Red, late kick, delivers. Swung on, it's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Briggs fields it clean, throws it across the diamond. In time, it's the third straight 1-2-3 inning for the Red Devils. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. It's 3-0 as we keep it here for the Guild Mortgage fifth inning stretch. Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage has loan options to fit every situation, from down payment assistance programs for first-time home buyers to government-sponsored programs for military families and rural residents, or jumbo loans in high-cost markets. Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage has it all. Ty, throw it over to you for our Gordon Law Group inning-by-inning recap.
Ty's going to be a pretty easy recap here, as this one's been a pitcher's duel. Bridger Shaw went through the lineup here from Springville the first 3 innings without surrendering a hit. And Wasatch got a couple hits off Easton Barrett in the first inning, weren't able to produce any runs. And we went 3 innings without either team scoring. Into the fourth, Wasatch was again held scoreless, and Barrett stepped out after the 4th inning. Ty pitched 4 innings for Springville, struck out 8 out of the 12 outs that he was able to produce. And in the bottom of the 4th, Springville was able to get the runs going. Barrett got on base by getting hit by a pitch. Stole second. Junior was able to hit him in on a single. And then Delamas hit a 2-run home run that scored 2 more runs. And Springville took a 3-0 lead. If you look at Shaw's stat line, Tyler, only 2 hits given up on the day, but 3 earned runs, as those 2 hits both, I guess is the best way to phrase that, both scored, and then you had the hit by pitch that was able to get across too. Wasatch has actually had just as much success at the plate, 3 hits on the day themselves, but Springville has been able to use the long ball, Tyler. That's really what it is. The home run cleared the bases, and now Springville leads 3-0 heading into the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, Springville's been efficient, Ty. Only 5 base runners in the game, 3 coming by way of either walk or hit by pitch, but one of those was picked off, and then the other base runners scored, and they only have left 1 on base. So Wasatch's done a good job of keeping the Red Devils off the base pass, which was one of our Dorius Dental keys to the game, but Springville's done a better job of just producing with that limited base runners. It's going to be 8-9-1 for Springville.
It plays into their strategy. We talked about in the pregame how Springville intentionally moved in their fence. This used to be one of the deepest parks in the state, 410 to center, 445 plus to the corners, and they've brought it in. It's now 375 to center, 315 down the line, and that DeLamas home run certainly got out because the fence was moved in. It's not a home run had that fence not been moved in.
Obard struck out in his first at bat. The only strikeout of the game right now for Springville. Recap brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. Bottom of the 5th brought to you by Dorius Dental, offering no surprises in dental treatment with Dr. Dorius and Dr. Proctor. Let Dorius Dental make your mouth smile. Learn more at DoriusDental.com. No balls, 2 strikes here to Obard, the right fielder, after taking strike 1 and then a couple of foul balls. Bridger working out of the windup so far. The pitch swung on, elevated to shallow left center field. Burdette comes over, Sweat, now Burdette finally comes up, makes the grab. A little bit of a swirling action on that ball, but Burdette makes the grab on the fly out, 1 away.
Yeah, kind of made the grab retreating, Tyler, which is not how you like to see your outfielders catching it, but an outs and out at that point, and Wasatch has 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th.
It's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Van Sickle. Hugh Red, the pitcher is now into the game. This substitution there, Van Sickle comes out, Red comes into the game. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Red was in the lineup in game 1, went 0 for 4, did have an RBI on 1 of the ground balls to the second baseman at the runner on third base, so has 2 RBIs now on the season. Swing and a miss for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Ty, he has the look that he's really going to be a nice player over the years here for Springville. I love how he just gets in and gets after it. Aggressive, big swing on that first strike, not intimidated. Limited opportunities, as you pointed out. This is only the 7th plate appearance on the year, but he sure looks confident stepping into that box.
2 balls, 1 strike, as that one misses low and away as well. Bridger sets, delivers. That one misses and gets back to the backstop. Pausing the action gives us a chance to point out some standout performers from today's game so far. Brought to you by Bank of Utah, who has accounts for everyone. Visit our friendly Heber branch at 620 West 100 South, and together we'll build relationships that last. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Ty, it's definitely Bridger's shot at this point in the game. I know the score kind of looks funny at 3-0 to be saying that, but Bridger's been excellent on the mound again for Wasatch. Followed up his 7-inning complete game. He's now gone 4+ in this one and only given up 2 hits. As I just noted, those hits combined at the same time, and we've got a 3-run deficit because of it, but Bridger's certainly been the standout to me, Ty.
It's going to be ball 4 here to Red, so Red will be on first base. They're going to let him run as the pitcher. Brings us to the top of the order to R.J. Briggs, 0 for 2 today. That one's in there for a strike. He's grounded out to the shortstop and popped out to the first baseman.
Surprised they're not bunting here in this scenario, Ty?
1 away.
3-run lead, 1 away. Got 3 hitters coming up that have been over 300 all year. Probably not a bad idea to let them swing away, right?
Yeah, I think this is a situation, maybe even put the guy in motion. They've had success just flat out stealing bases. Wouldn't be surprised if you see him in motion. No balls, 1 strike. Shaw takes 2 looks, 3 looks, now delivers. That one's in there for a strike as well. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that'd probably be the idea of why you're leaving Red in there and not using a courtesy runner too, right? That he's an athlete that's got some speed for you. See if they try to utilize that here.
No balls, 2 strikes. Red doesn't go. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Bridger Shaw. That's a big one. It's going to bring up now Easton Barrett, who has walked and hit by pitch, stole a base, and scored a run in the game today.
You almost went R.J. Barrett there, Ty.
I did.
Be an impressive hitter up here. That's the Knicks forward, isn't it?
Yeah. Shaw working out of the stretch. The runner on first. See if they go any motion. That one in there at the belt for strike one. Try to get a runner in scoring position with 2 away. Barrett, good power, comes into today's game with 5 home runs on the season. Pickoff move, not in time. Red able to get back, gets dirty. No balls, 1 strike. Bridger comes set. Delivers the 0-1. Runner still not going. Another nice pitch. Back-to-back strikes. Moves the count to no balls, 2 strikes to Barrett.
He's found something this inning with that breaking ball, Tyler. It's not coming with a lot of velocity, but it's effective. It's been able to fool Briggs and Barrett. Just kind of sitting and watching on that one. Probably wouldn't go back to that a second time here, though.
No balls, 2 strikes. Runner is going to go. This one's elevated, and see you later, Ty. That one is going to be well over the center field wall. A 2-out, 2-run home run to Barrett, and they take the 5-0 lead. That was out of here in a quick manner, Ty.
Yeah, that was a shot. 6th home run on the season. That ball is tattooed. And a fastball that just got way too much of the middle part of the plate, Ty, up in the zone, and Barrett did not miss.
They tried to go upstairs with the fastball after a couple of off-speed pitches, didn't elevate it enough, and instead Barrett's able to just take that one easily over the center field fence. It's going to be up Milwaukee, 1 for 2 today with an RBI and a run scored. Game 1 was 1 for 2 as well with a double down the left field side. Steps in on the right-hand batter's box. Shaw's going to go back to working out of the windup. That one misses low and outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. That one misses below the knees as well. 2 balls, no strikes.
As far as we can see here, Ty Jr., the Oregon commit, going to stick with that commitment. It's been committed there for a couple years.
Another single through that 5-6 hole. He's now 3 for 5 in the series. And that's back-to-back hits with 2 outs for Springville. Is going to bring up the left fielder, Ashton Tate. Flew out to center field and popped out to right field in his 2 at-bats.
Finish that thought for Junior before we move on here to Tate. Ty, it's going to be a little bit of a different experience for him up there at Oregon than what he committed to as a sophomore. When you commit there, you think you're going to play at Arizona and Arizona State and Oregon State and all those other schools, Ty, and now he is not. I mean, those are 3 really good baseball schools, ASU, Arizona, Oregon State, all in the Pac-12. Now Oregon, he's going to be going over to Rutgers and going to be playing Maryland, right? And these are the schools as Oregon has moved to the Big Ten. And, Ty, I got to be honest with you, the climate in Rutgers in New York going to be a little different in February and March as opposed to Arizona down in Tucson.
Not to mention Minnesota and Wisconsin and Michigan and Michigan
Ohio,
State.
Yeah, Ohio State. And yeah, it's going to be a little different vibe there.
College town and, I mean, Penn State, right? Like, yeah.
But Oregon just has to be so enticing to these kids. Their facilities up there are unbelievable. I mean, with the Nike connection that they have, the amount of gear and the opportunities for NIL just have to be incredibly high.
Well, 2 away. Milwaukee on first base brings up Tate. Tate takes ball 1, pitched just below the knees. Oh, no, they're going to call a balk before, so that's going to move Milwaukee into scoring position.
They got Bridger a couple times on that balk, Ty.
So no balls, no strikes to the hitter. Milwaukee now on second base. Bottom of the 5th action brought to you by Good Spa Day, your favorite hometown place to relax and unwind. They offer massage, skin care, nail care, and unique relaxing spa packages. Pick a Good Spa Day to be your spa. Ground ball to Riker Evans at first base. Fields it cleanly, touches the bag, and Wasatch gets out of the inning. 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner's left on base, 5-0 as we go into the 6th.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasp Sports.
Napa know-how.
Hi, this is Kendall Crittenden, Wasatch County Council member and a member of the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know that kids are at a greater risk of experimenting with alcohol and drugs between the hours of 3 and 6 p.m.? Many parents are still at work this time of day. Check in with your kids. Find out where your kids will be, who they'll be with, and what they will be doing. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the sixth inning, brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%.
Strike one here to Carter Bucod. It's top of the order up for Wasatch. 1-2-3, trying to get back into this ball game, trailing 5-0 after a couple of two-run home runs from DeLamas and Barrett of Springville that gives them the 5-0 lead. 1-1 the count now to Bucod. He is 1 for 2, struck out looking in his last at-bat, singled up the middle in his first at-bat. That one's going to be swung on, and that one's roped to the left center field gap. Left field's going to go over, cut it off, and keep Bucod to a single. But a nice swing there from Bucod on a pitch elevated in the zone, and Wasatch has the leadoff guy on base.
Great swing from Carter, Tyler. That's what you need is base runners. It's a short porch for Wasatch, too. And so, Ty, you get a few base runners on, and maybe the long ball can come into play. And before you know it, you can get right back into this thing. But it's a little home field advantage there from Springville, Tyler. The grass, this is a real grass field they're playing on, a little longer grass in the outfield. And even though Bucod hit that thing on a rope, hit the outfield and kind of died, left fielder took a good angle to be able to circle around that and keep that to just a single.
1-0 the count here to Sweat. That first pitch misses. Bucod now on first base. Pickoff move, not in time. Luwake able to come up with the high throw. Still 1 ball, no strikes. Evans on deck with Baxter in the hole. Sweat 0 for 2 today. Struck out and popped out to left field. Slide step delivery here from Red. Goes back to that off speed. Misses outside again for ball 2. Sweat still looking for his first hit of the series. Reached on an error in game 1 and scored, but currently now 0 for 5 in the series. Red takes a long look at Bucod. Now will come set. Delivers the 2-0. Nice pitch there, but misses just below the knees. Moves count to 3-0.
Yeah, that's been the consistent call all game, hasn't it, Ty? That's been down all game long. Nothing new or out of order there on that one.
First time Red working out of the stretch. Having a little bit of a hard time finding the zone. It's a 3-0 count. I got to tell you, Ty, with down 5-0 with some good power, you're tempted a little bit to let Sweat swing at one here. Fastball hitter. See if he can get the tee off on a fastball. 3-0 count. Blake back into the box on the right-hand side. Red comes set. Delivers the 3-0. And that one's in at the belt for strike one. 3-1 the count. Back on the air tomorrow at home as Wasatch begins their 2-game series with Maple Mountain. That game will be at 3:30, and then we will be on the air that night for some lacrosse action against Timpview at 7. 3-1, goes back to the off speed. Sweat fooled, moves the count to 3-2, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Looked almost like a predetermined swing there, Tyler. That ball was low out of the hand, and the breaking pitch pretty much put it on the turf. Blake looking for a fastball. Just seemed like he had decided he was going after that thing, even though it was never really a good pitch to be swinging at.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Light step delivery, goes back to the off speed. Sweat able to get a piece of it, fouls it off, keeps the count at 3-2.
One of the luxuries you're seeing of pitching with a 5-0 lead right now, Tyler. With Sweat up and a 3-1 count, you go back-to-back curveballs here for Red. And he obviously has a lot of confidence in it because they're 2 pretty good pitches, Ty. But I think if you're a 1-run game, you're probably not as likely to throw back-to-back curveballs there because you're mindful of putting the go-ahead run on base.
The payoff pitch is going to be a fastball. It's elevated to right field. Right fielder comes up and will make the play. 1 away. Brings up Riker Evans. He's hitless in today's game, 0 for 2. Now is 1 for 6 in the series. Comes up with a runner on first base, and Crew Baxter in the hole. Pickoff move, not in time. First pitch of the at-bat's going to be a bunt. Pitcher fields it cleanly, throws it to first base, gets the out. Bucad, backdoor throw, able to get back to second base safely. So now with 2 outs, Baxter will come up to try to score a run and break the goose egg off the scoreboard.
Yeah, Ty, looked like Riker was just trying to catch Springville a little bit off guard there, Tyler. 3-hitter up, third baseman playing back a little bit. Just got a little too much of the barrel, Ty. Came out a little hot. Third base was able to crash and make a pretty good play and throw Riker out there at first base.
So Bucad at second base for the second time today, was stranded there in the top of the first. Now has a chance here in the top of the 6th. Wasatch down to their final 4 outs, trailing 5-0. Baxter steps into the box on the left-hand side. Again, had a nice double over the right fielder's head in game 1 of this series. Also had an RBI on that same hit. Comes up with an RBI opportunity here. Right fielder is playing deep, close to the wall. Actually, all the outfielders playing deep, trying to take away some doubles here for Wasatch. First pitch of the at-bat. Elevates it for ball 1. 1-0 the count.
Excited to see this Maple Mountain Series you mentioned, Tyler, coming up for Wasatch. Maple at the top of the RPI standings, Ty, number 2. Just got a big win over Springville, 2-1 yesterday.
Yeah, you like them, Ty. You think they might be the team to beat.
I do think they're the team to beat, Ty. I think Maple Mountain is the cream of the crop in 5A this year, and I'm looking forward to watching them play.
2-0 the count as that one misses high as well. Grant Mahoney on deck. Baxter back in the box. 2-0 the count. Red gets on the rubber. Bucad, an okay lead at second base with the shortstop Briggs playing on the bag. Bucad gradually creeping. Now we'll take a couple of steps back to the bag. Second look from Red. The 2-0. Fastball swung on. It's elevated to right field. This one is out of here. Goodbye, Senor Wilson. And Crew Baxter with his first high school home run puts the score at 5-2.
Ty, you look like you didn't trust your eyes on that one. That is a no-doubter off the bat, a towering home run. And I'll tell you who knew it. Crew Baxter. That was a home run trot right from the beginning, Ty. He knew that one right off the bat. Absolutely murdered that baseball over the right field fence.
I'll tell you why I stood up, Ty, is with my old eyes and how as fast as that was off the bat, I never saw it. To be honest, I still don't know where that ball landed.
Well, it might still be going, Ty. He absolutely smoked that thing.
That the right fielder came back without the ball, and so I'm not sure where that thing landed, but I know it was a two-run home run.
Let me describe it a little bit, Ty. It was a high, towering fly ball there to right field, and it was a dead pull, Ty. Right fielder playing just about 30 feet off the line. He went over to his right hand just a little bit, but that ball easily cleared the fence by probably at least 30 to 40 feet. And that ball was a shot. I would venture to guess he probably hit that thing 360, 370 off the bat.
Grant Mahoney now comes up to the box, grounded out to the first baseman, and struck out looking in his last at bat, 0 for 2. That one's in there for a strike. Moves count to 1-1. Wasatch gets the goose egg off the board with the 2-run home run from Crew Baxter. It's the third home run we've seen in as many innings, 2 from Springville and now 1 from Wasatch. The 1-1 misses high, 2-1 now the count.
Ty, something that's really fun about these fields is a little smaller. We talked about how the St. George fields are like it. Springville now bringing in their fence. The long ball creates a different dynamic of the game. You just don't have that dynamic as much as play on a field like Wasatch that's a little long.
And the 2-1 is going to go to the 5-6 hole. Briggs with the nice play.
Wow.
Gets him at first base.
Wow.
What a play from the shortstop Briggs.
You will not see many plays better than that, Ty. I don't know if Grant maybe stumbled coming out of the box. Didn't look like he got down the line as quick as he usually does. And that ball all the way deep in the 5-6 hole, grabs it falling away, turns and makes a good enough throw. If that hops, Tyler Grant is going to be safe, but just enough mustard on it to get it over to Luake and takes away what looked like a certain hit for Mahoney.
Wasatch does score 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, nobody left on base. 5-2 as we go into the bottom of the 6th.
Attention painters and homeowners. Premium Kelly Moore paint is now available at your neighborhood Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. That's right, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the official authorized Kelly Moore Paints outlet. You can now get premium Kelly Moore paints at your Heber Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. You'll love their high quality, long-lasting finishes for any home paint project. So if you're painting a single room, refreshing your front door, or doing a full repaint of your home, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the place to go for fine Kelly Moore paints. Stop by today.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Gravity Coalition offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Bridger Shaw still on the mound. Wasatch trailing 5-2. It's 5-6-7 up for Springville. It'll be Tingy, DeLamas, and Hughes. Tingy's going to take strike 1. Popped out to right field. Grounded out to the first baseman. Came in hitting over 350 on the year in this series. Now 1 for 4. Swung on, popped up to shallow left field. Boucad's going to settle underneath it. Floats, floats, floats. Makes the grab. 1 away.
Ty, we were talking a little bit last inning about Maple Mountain being the cream of the crop in 5A, but they're only ranked number 2. I feel like maybe you ought to revisit that and just give a little more detail. If you're saying they're the team to beat, but they're number 2, who's number 1? And that's Viewmont right now. And I don't know about you. I'm just not quite sold on Viewmont yet. What are your thoughts here looking at number 1 Viewmont at 14-4?
Well, I'm going to call it region bias, Ty, and just we haven't seen a northern region team come through and really compete for a state title. Bountiful did, I want to say like the late 2010s, but really haven't had a northern region team. Nice ground ball here from DeLamas, a hard hit ground ball, I should say, to Boucad. Boucad fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond in time. Wasatch now has 2 away.
Good job from Carter to go over and square that ball up. Tyler got to what you call left eye alignment, where you want that ball and the glove to be right over your left eye so you can see that and field it clean in. Look that all the way into the belly. Delivered a good ball over to first base and got 2 quick outs. Ty, looking up and down Viewmont's schedule, and we haven't seen him yet, so they may very well be a pretty good team. But there's just some convincing losses on there is how I'm going to phrase it. They've got a very definitive 9-3 loss to Park City. They lost 6-1 to Mountain Crest, lost 9-0 to Dixie. And just a few of those, you're left scratching your head a little bit. And their wins, nothing majorly impressive that stands out, although probably the one that pops out to you the most.
This one, the 0-2 off-speed pitch is going to be barreled to left field for a single. So a 2-out single is hit number 4 on the day for Springville. Good job there from the third baseman Hughes to extend the inning, and that'll bring up the right fielder Brigham Obard.
They've got a couple impressive wins here, Tyler. A 19-2 win over Pineview is going to stand out to you, but I think Pineview's a little down this year. And then they've got a 5-4 win over Timpanogos that also gets you thinking a little bit there on that, Ty. So Viewmont, not exactly sure what they've got, but I think Maple Mountain's probably got them on the edge with the talent.
Maple Mountain's depth in their pitching staff seems to be there, Ty. We know a lot of the pitching staff down there. And the saying in baseball is momentum's as good as the next day starting pitcher, and Maple just has a lot of good starting pitchers they can throw out there in a state tournament situation. 1-0 the count here to Ovar. This one's going to be swung on. A lazy ground ball in between the first and second baseman. Evans fields it cleanly, flips it to Shaw in time. What a play from the first baseman, Evans. Comes up flipping a little bit, but Wasatch does get out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner is left on base. Wasatch has 3 outs to score 3.
I'm Walker Kessler, and I play basketball for a living. So I know how important it is to have the support of a team you can trust. That's why I love UCCU. UCCU is more than a credit union. They're a true financial partner, a local team of experts your entire family can trust at every step of your financial journey. Just visit uccu.com and elevate your banking experience.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Well, to end the 6th inning there, you just heard it, our Good Spa Day play of the game. Riker Evans with a web gem there, ranging all the way to his right, extending fully and falling away. He turns and throws it over to Bridger Shaw, who is covering first from the pitcher's mound. And that will be your Good Spa Day play of the game. A Good Spa Day is your favorite hometown place to relax and unwind. They offer massage, skin care, nail care, and unique relaxing spa packages. Pick a Good Spa Day to be your spa.
It's going to be Stocking, Bassett, Burdette to lead it off here in the top of the 7th. Wasatch down to their final 3 outs. Stocking in a pinch hit role here for Fowler, who had struck out twice in the game today. Wasatch needs 3 to extend this thing, trailing 5-2 here in the 7th. Red still working out of the stretch. Nice pitch in there for strike 1. Another example of Wasatch playing competitive against a top 5 team in the state. A couple of 2-run home runs has been the difference for Springville. Red 0-1 to Stocking. Fastball misses outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You're right, Ty. Wasatch has out-hit Springville in this one. Been a little more consistent, but Springville has been more deadly with the deep ball.
The 1-1 swung on, fouled off into the catcher's glove for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Red comes set, delivers the 1-2. Misses again. That moves count to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that does hurt you a little bit if you're Wasatch, Tyler. You know, we'll go back and rewind to the Doria Steno keys to the game. We said you got to play clean with Barrett on the mound, no walks and no errors. And unfortunately, on both those home runs, you had a free pass in front, a hit by pitch.
Stocking's going to swing at this one, and it goes just foul. Nice barrel there from Stocking, but we'll reset with a 2-2 count.
A hit by pitch to Barrett right before Delamas was able to, Barrett scored on the Luwaki RBI, but then Luwaki's on base. And then you have the 2-run home run from Delamas, and then you have the walk to Red on the other home run, and Barrett put that one out of the yard and scored Red.
The 2-2 swung on. This one's elevated. Excuse me, it was a foul ball. Got the sun right in my eyes, Ty, and so I didn't see where that one went. I looked at the catcher who looked up, and so I thought it was going up in the air. It's a foul ball. We'll reset at 2-2.
Yeah, that one got pounded into the turf right behind the plate and shot kind of straight up behind the dish. And it's really a 50-50 ball, Ty. The catcher came up and made the catch just behind home plate, and the umpire calls it foul. 1-2. That one is fouled behind us, and that'll keep the count at 1-2.
Something action brought to you in part by Physical at the Fit Stop. Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Fit Stop has good news. Falls are preventable. Give them a call at 435-654-5607 for a free fall risk assessment. In the dirt, Stocking doesn't wave, and that'll move the count to full 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Pretty good lead off at bat here for Stocking, coming in cold off the bench for this pinch hit. Working the count full, trying to get that leadoff man on for Wasatch to give him a little hope.
3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on, elevated to the right center field gap. Barrett goes over, makes the play on the run. 1 away.
Really good at bat there from Kyron Tyler. Good barrel there, too. Barrett made a great read, smoothly glides over and is able to haul that thing in. It was a good barrel.
Going to bring up Bassett. He has 2 strikeouts on the day. He's 2 for 4 in the series. A couple of singles and a hit by pitch. Micah Dahl looks to be in the pinch hit role for Burdett on deck. Late kick delivers. That one's in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. What very well could be the Gordon Law Group stat of the series tie 12 hit by pitches or walks for Wasatch's pitching staff. Only 2 for Springville throughout the entirety of the series. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, that one's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Ty, and in the first game, out of Springville's 6 runs, 5 of those came by free passes. This one, 2 more that come across. So 7 out of your 12 runs coming by way of free passes.
The 1-1. Swung on, elevated to right field, pushes the right fielder towards the right field line. It had a little bit of a hard time judging it, but does come down with the grab, and there will be 2 away.
I got to correct myself. I'm not sure why I said 12 runs, 11 runs. Got to work on my math here a little bit. 6 and 5 between 2 games, but a lot of free pass runs for Springville in this series.
Brings up Micah Dahl. Wasatch down to their final out, trailing 5-2 here in the top of the 7th. Red actually going to go from the windup for the first time. That one's in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 goes back to that off-speed pitch, gets him to swing and miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Christensen on deck, looking for an opportunity to extend the ball game. The 0-2 inside corner misses for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pretty nice pitch there from Red, just misses. Dahl steps in on the right-hand side. Red taking his time. Delivers. Swung on and fouled off. Keeps the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The windup, the delivery, gets him to swing and a miss for strike 3, and that'll do it for the Wasps as they are retired, and that'll do it for the ball game as well. Wasatch loses 5-2. Stick around, though. We'll have your Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show coming up.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robards Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robards Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. Celebrating 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dump and equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and service, we've got you covered. Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your locally owned Ace Hardware. We are committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience from local experts who know you best. That's Timberline Ace Hardware. Throw it over to you, Ty, for our Gordon Law Group game summary.
This game was a spectator's dream, Tyler. Pitching gem mixed with the long ball. You really had a little bit of everything in this thing. And to just recap this one here, both teams were going with really their hottest pitchers coming into this one. Springville went with Easton Barrett, Arizona State commit. Left-handed pitcher. Tyler throws over 90 on the mound. He got the start for the Red Devils, and he lived up to the billing. Tyler pitched 4 innings, had 8 strikeouts in the game for the Red Devils. Wasatch, on the other hand, countered with Bridger Shaw, who just threw a 7-inning complete game win over Spanish before this one, and he was awesome for the Wasatch today. Goes another complete game. Ty pitches 6 innings himself. Only gave up 5 hits again in this one. Unfortunately, a couple of those hits were long balls that had free base runners on before them. So let's go ahead and give a quick recap of how we got to this point where we ended at 5-2. Both teams went the first 3 innings going scoreless, although Wasatch did have a little more success at the plate than Springville over the first 3 innings. Wasatch got 2 hits out of the first 4 batters coming to the plate, but they couldn't cash in and push any runs across the board in the first inning. Shaw held Springville hitless through the first 3 innings, but in the fourth, the Red Devils were able to get it going. They started off with a hit by pitch. That was one of those free passes, and then eventually Junior Luiaki was able to hit in Barrett, who got that free pass. That was the first run that got put on the board, and again, it came by way of walk. Tyler, later in that inning, DeLamas hit a 2-run bomb to left field that put the Red Devils up 3-0 to Wasatch. Wasatch did get out of that inning at 3-0 and then went into the 5th. The Wasps were unfortunately held scoreless in the 5th inning as Springville brought in their relief pitcher, Red, a sophomore, and Red quickly got 1-2-3 out, and we went to the bottom of the 5th inning, and another 2-run home run tacked on some more runs on the board, Tyler, and again, it was compounded by a walk. A walk to Red put him on base, and then you had a 2-run bomb from Barrett, and Barrett made the score 5-0 in favor of Springville. Wasatch came back and got a couple runs in the top of the 6th when Crew Baxter hit a moonshot home run, Tyler, that cleared the right field fence, and that scored 2 runs. But Wasatch wasn't able to produce anything else after that point, and Springville was able to shut it down, and they got the 5-2 victory over Wasatch and sweep the series, winning both games this week over the Wasps. A couple highlight moments to point out here, Tyler. I think this number tells the story of the game, and it's 3. Wasatch did not get 3 at-bats for every player in their lineup. And when you play a full 7 innings and all 9 of your guys don't get 3 at-bats, that really is a nod to how good the pitching was for Springville. Even though Wasatch had 5 hits, one of those being a home run, they still didn't clear through the lineup 3 times. And that's because Springville didn't give any free ones. No errors, no walks, no hit by pitches for Springville, Tyler. They just played a perfectly clean game, and Wasatch unfortunately had 4. They had 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch, and as I already noted, if you could remove those, it's still a 3-2 game in favor of Springville, Ty. But when it's a 1-run game, it's just a different dynamic, and maybe things roll a little bit differently in that game. But Wasatch does fall 5-2 to Springville here today.
Summary brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. Let's go ahead and give our Good Spot A play of the game to Crew Baxter with the 2-run home run in the top of the 6th inning. A Good Spot A is your favorite hometown place to relax and unwind. They offer massage, skin care, nail care, and unique relaxing spa packages. Pick a Good Spot A to be your spa, and Ty, your Bank of Utah standout performer.
Ty, I still like what Bridger Shaw did on the mound. This is back-to-back stars for Bridger Shaw that were really effective, really efficient. If Shaw goes two straight games, 5 hits or less, that should be good enough to get you there, Tyler, to have a chance to win. And Wasatch did have a chance to win in this one. Not much needs to be cleaned up. It's really, this team is close, Tyler. I know they moved to 4-15 after this loss, but they just are not that far away from putting wins on the board. You just need to cut down the walks and hit by pitches and put it together, and this team can make a little bit of a run, Ty. So I'm going to give the nod one more time to Bridger Shaw. Complete game, 5 hits given up over 6 innings pitched.
Bank of Utah has accounts for everyone from personal and business, checking and savings accounts to mortgage and consumer loans. Visit our friendly Heber branch at 620 West 100 South, and together we'll build relationships that last. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Ty, can I chip in one more thing? That, of course, I'm going on the defensive side. I think we have to give a nod to Crew Baxter as the offensive player of the game. And I know you gave him the play of the game with the 2-run home run, but that wasn't his only production. Crew had 2 hits on the day for Wasatch, Tyler. First inning, got a nice little knock to left field off of Easton Barrett. Barrett only had given up 1 hit on the season, Tyler, and Baxter came in and just made it look easy. So he got a hit against a Big 12 commit pitcher and then hit a bomb later in the game. And so Crew is certainly deserving as our Bank of Utah Offensive Player of the game as well.
Wasatch falls 5-2 in this one, dropped to 4-15 on the season. They will look for their second region win tomorrow, as we will have all the action for you at 3:30 as Wasatch returns home to take on Maple Mountain in Game 1 of a 2-game series. We'll also have lacrosse action tomorrow night at 7 o'clock as well. Thank you for listening to 94.5 The Peak.
You've been listening to high school baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.